Hi guys, I hope you're all doing alright. Hope everyone's staying safe. I want to do another vlog because of something I saw 2 days ago. So a couple of days ago I saw a tweet that highlighted a new part of YouTube's terms of service. It had come into effect on that same day, and it was basically called the Right to Monetize. So what this is that YouTubers and creators who are not part of YouTube's partnership program, which is the paid program, will now start getting ads on their videos, and YouTube themselves will get the revenue from those ads, not the creator. I have a problem with this. YouTube is slowly killing itself. Very slowly, and it's taken a couple of years, but something needs to give. Something's got to change. If you don't know why I'm annoyed at this, by the way, it basically means YouTube are getting money from free labour, essentially. It also kind of makes the paid program fall apart a little bit. If it is possible to pay people who aren't them, or get money from YouTubers that aren't on the program, then it shows that they have the capability to give unpaid creators payment. And it's kind of, the whole rule's kind of bullshit, to be honest. We all know by now that YouTube is broken. I started my channel right at the start of the adpocalypse 2 years ago. It's interesting that we're now going through the same or a similar thing. And even then, I've noticed that YouTube has been having, I wouldn't call them issues, but they've been making bad decisions on how to run the platform. And that needs to change. Originally, what I was going to tell people is to get ad block, because then any ads that appear on my videos will not go to YouTube, because the ads won't be playing. But then I actually realised that those same people would also be watching bigger YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Crank Gameplays, and so on and so forth, whom they will want to support. So I don't really know what to suggest on that front. And at the moment, the rule is only applying to America, but it will be ruled out, or it will be brought to non-US countries next year. But even so, when I started my channel, I had accepted that I would never get paid for this. This would never become a career, because at the time, like I said, I joined during adpocalypse, and I had accepted that YouTube were making it impossible to do that. But at that time, there was still hope that, you know, you could become big and you could make a career out of this. But I do have some friends who are YouTubers, obviously because they enjoy doing it, but they do hope to make this a career at some point. And it sucks for those people where, you know, YouTube are making that impossible, more and more impossible to do. Something needs to give, like a change needs to be made before the platform collapses on itself. Not in terms of the big YouTubers, because the big YouTubers are keeping it afloat, but in terms of people like me, who are a lot smaller and who are basically why YouTube started in the first place. You know, I'm in my room on a 12-year-old camera doing random videos because I enjoy it. Like, that's what YouTube started as, and that's what made it unique. And it is slowly, I mean, we all know they're greedy anyway, but it is slowly becoming like, oh, they're getting a bad reputation and it's just getting worse and worse. So originally, like I said, I was going to suggest the ad block option, but I've realised that's kind of a double-edged sword. I think either what needs to happen is the rule needs to be eradicated. So don't have the right to monetize rule there anymore. That should not be a thing. Or it's time for a competitor site. Now I know that that's going to take a lot of money and a lot of effort because of all the servers and all the bandwidth you're going to need to run something as big as YouTube that isn't YouTube. But if there's a start to it, like if there's a way to get that started, then that needs to happen. Or it's time for new management on here, because it's not working. It hasn't been working for a couple of years, and I think that's quite obvious, not to people higher up, but to people again like me who are at the bottom of the, let's face it, at the bottom of the pyramid. Like, it's obvious that this is not working and their rules are beneficial to them only. And this particular this particular rule, really highlights that if they can drain out money from people like me who do this for free, then they will do. And that's not on. Like, that should not be happening. I would really urge you guys to share this around, because I don't think this is very well known, again because it is only in America at the moment, but it is going to go to non-US countries next year. This can't happen. And it's not like, it's not like my copper vlog that I did at the beginning of the year, was at the end of last year, where they were rolling this in at around the same time as they'd announced it. This is different. So copper was government law that had been brought out by the FCC in America. This is the Right to Monetize rule is YouTube alone making that decision to benefit off people like you and me who are not part of the partnership program. And that cannot be allowed. That's disgusting. And yeah, it's time for a change. Like, things need to change, either by starting up a competitor website, getting rid of the rule altogether, or a change of new management. It's time for things to change, and it's difficult at the same time, because I want to say like, oh, I'll protest by not uploading anymore. I enjoy doing this, so, and especially since England is still in lockdown, I think we've got 2 or 3 weeks left. This is kind of my hobby and my main thing to do at the moment, because I can't go outside, because I'm part of the rescue group for the virus that can't be named. So while I would say, oh, I'm going to stop uploading as a protest, this is the only thing I have for like hobbies and entertainment and stuff, so that is the problem as well. But I think at the same time, like, if you have an issue with YouTube and even with Twitch, because I know Twitch have had their own issues at the moment, don't be quiet about it. If you're not happy with how YouTube and Twitch are running things, do the opposite. Be loud. Be annoying. Because that's what's going to get things noticed. That's what's going to get you noticed. If you're quiet about something, then YouTube will just think, well, they haven't said anything about it, so they must be happy with the new rule. Okay, let's roll it out. Do the opposite. Be loud. Share this video. If anyone else talks about this, share it. Bring it up. Just be loud about it. Because this is not a law, this is a rule that YouTube is bringing in. And it's disgusting and it can't happen.